Now the entire population, which had been docile and submissive because they were told and reiterated that they have no choice, that we have to make these hard decisions in order to save everyone's lives, now to have a large group of people say, hold on a minute, there are other ways to go about this. This causes people who prefer safety to liberty enormous psychological distress because everything in their mental makeup is about giving up choice and having options in favor of being told what to do for the sake of security and safety, which has not at all been guaranteed to them whatsoever, but they can act as if it has been.
There's a guy who called into a show that I listened to saying that he hasn't had sleep in nearly 5 days now because of this honking. And that's the other side of it where you go, okay, like that bit does suck. I've been kept awake by loud noises previously when I've been in cities, and it really is quite bad. I don't really know what you're supposed to do about that.
I don't believe him. It's not because of the honking. It's because of his neurosis. So what COVID did very effectively was to allow highly educated urban people, which tend to correlate very well with mental illness such as anxiety and depression and other sorts of neurosis. This gives them an external source to blame for their issues. So instead of, I'm suffering because, of me, I'm suffering because everyone's suffering. So just because there is a cause for something, that does not mean that the response is proportional or a direct result of that cause. I don't believe it's not possible that. Sure, I'll believe him that for 5 nights his sleep was poor, but I have very little sympathy for him.
Yeah,
and the thing is, it's very important. You also remember that in this kind of culture, being a victim is a high status marker. So the more you demonstrate that you personally are suffering as a consequence of bad people, the more virtuous there accordingly you can claim yourself to be.